Are you struggling with how to work less and earn more? So many people are. Well, hang tight, and I'm going to discuss that today with systems and processes. Hey, my name is Jen, and I help network marketing leaders just like you build authentically and successfully online and teach their teams to do exactly the same thing. So when you're struggling with your systems and processes, you typically don't have enough time to get everything done during the day. You're always feeling like when you go to bed at night, there's still more to do. When you wake up in the morning, oh my gosh, I've got this laundry list of things to do. The key here is to automate as many things as you possibly can. Now, it's not just for you, it's actually for your team as well. And why do I say that? Well, if your team sees you running around like a chicken with your head cut off, they are not going to want to duplicate that. Not to mention, how many people really will duplicate that? Maybe you duplicated it, maybe you saw your upline doing it, but we're probably rare breeds if we've done that, and a lot of us probably have as leaders. But our team doesn't want to do that, so they want systems and processes to plug into. So I've been using Project Broadcast. That's the text messaging system I use. It's not an international text messaging system. I just use it for here in the States. So if you have a huge international team, you may want to pick some different things for your international folks. I also use WhatsApp. I use Kakao Talk. There's a couple of different things that I personally use for the folks in my team. But from a text messaging system, the Project Broadcast tool allows you to create campaigns. For all of my customers, I've created campaigns, which means when somebody buys a product, you can do an automatic welcome to the family, or here's how do you use that product. Maybe you've got some customer benefits that you want to make sure you always share with your customers. And for my team, making sure you give them those daily little messages to keep them on track and keep them moving forward. It's easy to get distracted in this world, and so the Project Broadcast system for me allows me to touch my team as often as I choose, and I can give those little motivational and inspirational messages. I can also remind them of team events, meetings coming up, deadlines for events. So use that however you choose, but Project Broadcast is a great tool, and I will put the link to Project Broadcast below in the description. Now, I also use a couple of other things. I use ConvertKit for my email marketing. Now, why ConvertKit? There's loads of different email autoresponders out there. There's Constant Contact and MailChimp and Aweber and a ton of different ones. I'd really encourage you to read through the rules and responsibilities or whatever it is when you sign up. A lot of those companies don't support network marketing. And so I never wanted to have all of my names in a database with a company that doesn't support network marketing. I thought that was probably a poor idea, because if something ever happened to that company, perhaps they go out of business or they decide to force that rule, they could take all of your names, they could shut you down, and then you wouldn't be able to access your team and your members and what was going on in your database. So I never wanted that to happen. So I really focused on finding a company that supported network marketing, and that's ConvertKit. So with ConvertKit, you can do very similar things to what you do with the Project Broadcast. It's just in an email format. And I really recommend that you have emails and texts. Not everybody opens an email, not everybody opens a text. And you can see that pretty quickly when you start to use the systems, what your open rate is, who's opening, and you can mix and match your messaging, or you can just use both for all of your messaging. And then the last thing that I love to use, which is also a network marketing company, I'm not in that company at all, I just want to make sure I say that here, but it's send out cards. I love the concept of send out cards, where you can just automate sending people birthday messages. Maybe for your team, you want to do anniversaries, maybe you want to do education. I've used my send out cards to do postcards, to educate on products, to say thank you for orders to customers and to business partners, and to welcome them to the team and to give them information that they need to know to build their business. So those are just 3 of the automation tools that I use, and I just would encourage you, get some automation in place that makes it simple for you, so that you're not always cutting and pasting the same thing. You're not always typing the same message to all of your customers and all of your teammates, because that takes a lot of time. So I encourage you to automate. If you have any questions about automation at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to ask me a question. I'd be glad to answer. And until we talk again, make today outstanding.